Let me ask you a question. Why do auto techs struggle with electrical issues? Why can't it be as easy to understand as gravity? Gravity is perfect. Every leaf on every tree falls down. Rain is perfect. Every raindrop falls down every time. Gravity is perfect. It never fails. It never doesn't work. It never goes the wrong way. It always does exactly what it is supposed to do. Every time. Gravity is perfect. It is perfectly predictable, and it is a law of science. Electricity is perfect too. It never fails. It never doesn't work. It never goes the wrong way, and it always does exactly what it is supposed to do every time. Electricity is perfect. It is perfectly predictable, and it is a law of science. Now, what do I mean it never fails? Well, if electricity is given a conductive path to ground, it will take it every time. Now, what do I mean that it never makes a mistake? There's no decision process, no logic involved, and no calculation. Electricity never takes the wrong path. It always takes the path of least resistance. What do I mean it's never wrong? If you're looking for power and it's not where you think it should be, I guarantee you it's not power that's wrong. There's a perfect reason, because electricity is perfect. The key is knowing what and where to anticipate the problem. What do I mean it is perfectly predictable? Well, you don't have to guess or wonder. If it's supposed to be there and or it's not supposed to be there, you can count on it. So I have to ask, if both of these laws of science are perfectly predictable, why do we easily grasp the law of gravity, but we struggle with the law of electricity? You know, a coin has two sides, heads and tails. Well, a circuit has two sides as well. It has the power side and the ground side. Now let's take a battery with the power and ground side and make a circuit. Of course, we have to have a load, a fuse, and a switch. When the switch is closed, the load works and we have a power side and a ground side. Now look at this close. From this point on, we have rules, but the rules never change. Only the boundaries can change. Now you may want to watch this next section more than once. It is short and simple, but it moves along pretty fast. Now, what do I mean only the boundaries can change? Well, before I explain, remember that the rules of electricity never change. Electrical diagrams are never drawn in a circle. They are always drawn in straight lines. So how do we make this two-sided circle fit a vehicle that is not a circle? We'll take any vehicle body, attach it to the frame. Now attach the battery and all the electrical components to that body and frame, and now that diagram would be in a straight line. And with the switch closed, it would be a complete circuit. Now remember this question, why do we easily grasp the law of gravity, but we struggle with the law of electricity? Because we anticipate the rules of gravity, because they're perfect. We need to do the same with the laws of electricity. Trust them. They never change or fail. Anticipate them. They never change. Now, before we look at a problem circuit, let's be sure we understand a good circuit. On a good circuit, this is what you should always anticipate from a voltage drop test. Now remember, on a voltage drop test, the load must be working. So here we have a circuit with the switch open. Now when we close that switch, the load should work. It's very important here to anticipate. What should you see? Well, anything on this side, you should see system voltage. And anything on this side, you should see ground voltage. If the reading on either side is not what you anticipate, you have a problem on that side. Now what if the control or the switch was on the ground side? Do the rules change? So let's switch the control to the ground side. Do the rules change? We still have a two-sided circuit, the power side and the ground side. So no, the rules do not change. Now remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. Only the boundaries change. The load still consumes all the voltage. Now let's compare before and after. So we make the switch. Only the boundaries change. The load still consumes all the volts. Now what if the load isn't working? Do the rules change? If the load isn't working, so let's take away the load. Now, do the rules change? No, the rules don't change. Remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. Even the boundaries don't change. If the load isn't working, it's an open. Nothing can pass through an open. So what if the fuse is blown? Do the rules change? So what if the fuse is blown? Do the rules change? So let's take our fuse out. No, the rules don't change. Remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. The boundaries change. The fuse is blown. It is an open. Nothing can pass through an open. What if the switch is bad? Do the rules change? So what if the switch is bad? The switch becomes an open. Do the rules change? No, the rules don't change. If the switch is open, it is a fault. So the rules do not change. Remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. Only the boundaries can change. Nothing can pass through an open. Now one more. What if the ground is bad? Do the rules change? So what if the ground is bad? Do the rules change? So if we have a bad ground, no, the rules do not change. Remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. Only the boundaries change. If the ground is bad, it is an open. Nothing can pass through an open. So remember, electricity is perfect. It never makes a mistake. If there's a fault, do the rules change? No, the rules do not change. The boundaries can change. Nothing can pass through an open. So here's what we should learn from all this. Gravity is perfect. Electricity is perfect. Learn to trust its perfection.